The Western Conference Finals, Game 4. The Minnesota Timberwolves have a commanding 3-0 series lead. Is it time for their dreams to be realized? For their thirst to be quenched? Find out tonight as they do battle against the Rockets. The quest for the best in the West continues. Coming up next.
Welcome to playoff basketball on 2K Sports. Tonight, a series on the brink. A Western Conference champion could very well be crowned here in Game 4. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. So the Houston starting five. We've got Pascal Siakam, and it's Stoudemire in at the center. And for Minnesota, Rajon Rondo out there with Derek White. Then there's Hayes, and it's Bird in at small forward. You look at Minnesota, they've dominated the series and are now in position to clinch the conference championship in front of their home fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a topsy-turvy series. I don't know of anyone who thought they'd sweep, but here they are. If they close this out tonight, they'll go into the finals with a lot of momentum and a lot of rest.
Here's Bird. Now here's Hayes. Pass to Oden. Just 5 on the clock. White for 3. Yes, sir. Great play by Rondo to set him up.
White knows he has the green light to fire from deep. Great looking 3-ball there.
Here's Wilson. Siakam in the post. And it's Bird with a rebound. And here's Minnesota now. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Oden. Now White. Hayes with a screen on McCollum. Now here's Rondo. Over Payton. No good from 18. White against McCollum. Lets it fly. Rebound Minnesota.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Back to Rondo. Pass to Hayes. Shoots over Siakam. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Rockets. Looking for their first basket of the game. Here's Wilson. Siakam in the post. He's against Hayes. Yep, count it.
Inside Siakam gets the better of the defense using his agility, clearing himself a path to a shot.
Outside White. Now Hayes. Pass to Bird. The kick out to White. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Pascal Siakam.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Now here's Payton. Checked by Rondo. Payton's shot is good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Hayes. Shot from the wing. Minnesota again missing.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look. Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs a review with his guys. let's take a look at the players leading the way in assists here in the postseason. Well, you look at Rondo. Talk about a floor leader. 3rd overall in assists.
I really admire how he seeks out his teammates. His selfless attitude and desire to get his guys going is what makes him such a valuable player.
Here's White. Here's the floater. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Rockets.
And a misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
The Rockets lead by 3. Outside Payton. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. McCollum, the pass to Siakam. 5 on the clock. Over Hayes. Oh, that one bounces around and comes back out. And White has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hayes with a screen on McCollum. White for 3. Pascal Siakam with a rebound. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. McCollum on the wing. No points so far. Rebounded by Oden. Timberwolves trail by 3. White, the pass to Hayes. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Siakam. Oh, swiped away. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Oden. Oh, sweet move. And he takes it up and lays it in.
Whew, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Houston's shooting 43% to get this one underway.
Size, explosion. He's a dangerous finisher, and we saw it right there.
Here's Rondo. Here's Bird. And he can't bank that one in.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to White. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's a clever choice by White. He stays with the shot to ensure he gets the whistle.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, White is such a well-rounded player. He can run the offense, act as an off-ball threat, he sets screens, and he's an all-defensive team level player. He checks a lot of boxes.
Von Lay's checked in for Houston. Russell Westbrook comes in for Payton. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
McCollum outside. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Wilson. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And Westbrook good for 3.
And Westbrook is very skilled at sizing up defenses. He understands when he should take these quick shots.
Here's Bird. There's the 3. Rebound by Stoudemire.
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
And something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
Yeah, so tough. I mean, guys, I feel bad for him and the whole team. I hope it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, this can bring a team together. Guys can step up and try to pick up the slack for an injured teammate.
And Houston making a change here. Siakam's checked in. Here's Wilson. Still no points. Westbrook, the pass to Siakam. To the inside. And that one's good. Wilson. And the Rockets lead by 4.
And we talk about Siakam's versatility. Well, there it is. Nice pass.
White, the pass to Odom. Here's Bird. Nails the baby hook.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Westbrook taking his time here. McCollum right side. Pass to Wilson. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist. McCollum's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Just a great combo guard. McCollum is capable of being a go-to scorer as well as a terrific distributor.
Bird, that's good.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
Got it. Siakam's gotten his 2nd bucket on the night.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
White against Westbrook. White, good.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
Westbrook, the pass to Wilson. Hits the trifecta. Wilson's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Aiden. Back to White. Another one falls for Minnesota.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
And it's Westbrook with the ball for Houston. 15 seconds left in the first quarter here. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Well, McCollum wasted no time when he has a window.
Outside White. Here's Bird. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Rockets on top, up 5. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. This stadium is rocking right now as we return to the Western Conference Finals. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Rockets.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Pascal Siakam out there with Charles Bassey. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Barry in at the small forward position. Here's Finley. He's scoreless. And he buries his first look.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
The Rockets lead by 3. And we're now about a minute into the second quarter of play. Barry. Three-pointer off the mark.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
The kick out to White. Ayton, the screen on Westbrook. White for 3. Bassey pulls it in. Houston has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Westbrook outside. Siakam with a screen on Ayton. And Russell Westbrook gets a 3. Westbrook's got 6.
You know, Westbrook can make you pay from deep. The D has to at least honor his shot.
Finley passes to Hornacek. White with a screen on Siakam. He shoots. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Odom can't hit. For Houston, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Siakam caps off the break.
Yeah, and when it comes to finishing plays, Siakam can beat you back to the basket, facing up and, of course, in transition.
They set the screen. 1:33 left in the half. Rondo passes to Hayes. Here's Finley. He's got 9. And finished off by Hayes.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. Now here's Peyton. 8-point game. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Hayes with a screen. Rondo passes to Hayes. Tries to save it. And out of bounds. Houston will have it. There's 48 seconds left in the first half. McCollum outside. Siakam outside. The 3 is up. Minnesota with the rebound. Hayes has got 4 rebounds now. Outside. Rondo. Hayes with a screen. And he lobs it up top. Alley-oop up top. Hammer it home.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping. McCollum with it. And the layup is good off the glass. McCollum's got 11. C.J. McCollum has been leading the charge for Houston. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be back in a moment.
First half of this postseason contest, and it hasn't been a great game so far for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage them to be better moving forward, just like I do with you guys.
I'd better put my feet up. It's getting deep in here. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. A chance to sweep the series and get a little rest before their next matchup. Kenny, when you played, did you like a long rest?
Not as much as I do now, but short or long rest, I'll tell you, you got to take care of business.
Oh, what happened? Sorry, I was just resting.
Was that a power nap? I could use one of those myself. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And we welcome you back to Game 4, folks. Thanks for joining us. One of the stories here, C.J. McCollum. He's getting it done today.
Yeah, we had a feeling he'd step up in this one. So far, playing at the top of his game when they really need him.
Yeah, kind of what you expect from a guy of his caliber. Don't be surprised if his second half is just as good.
We've got Derek White. Also Rajon Rondo out there. And it's Oden in at the 5. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. And there's a whistle. That goes on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
And here's Rondo. Clock at 6. Outside White. The 3.
I like Westbrook's energy on defense on that possession. He just stays active, gets a hand in his face, and does not give up a clean look at all.
Here's McCollum on the money with the jumper. He's got 13.
and just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Lets it go from the wing. The putback. The rebound by Payton. White for three. Minnesota again missing.
Well, this is not what they envisioned coming out of the break. Missing their first 3 shots.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been. Minnesota has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. So the Rockets 5 now. They've got C.J. McCollum, and it's Barry in at the power forward spot. Payton with a screen. White for 3. It's hauled in by Houston.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down. Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Pass to White. There's a screen. Here's Bird. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Houston in the lead. McCollum looks around. White against Payton. Here's Ames. Here's Vonleh. Connects from downtown. Vonleh's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Here's Bird. The kick out to White. Beyond the arc. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
His third triple of the game. A little more success from out there in the second half. And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. It's good.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific mood right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him. Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Odom can't hit.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Pass to McCollum. Tries the spin move. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton.
McCollum has a way of causing trouble in there. Very crafty.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Houston?
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Yeah, another thing they did well was feed the ball into the paint. They really utilized their size there tonight.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Houston's coach had some advice for the team over that last break. And coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen, he implored. Guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. So he gets them both. Now here's Hayes. Five to shoot. No good. Couldn't tie it up. Houston in the lead. McCollum outside. Yes! Using that window.
Certainly a guy you can rely on in pressure situations. McCollum is a savvy vet who can get it done.
It's a 13-footer. Oh, it's off target. Houston leading by 4. Siakam. Big-time slam by Siakam.
And this is why the team relies on Siakam. In the big moments, you can trust him with the shot.
Hayes with a screen on Peyton. White outside from downtown. Oh, it doesn't go.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
McCollum with it. Now guarded by White. McCollum outside. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. And the Timberwolves call time here. They're losing by 8.
Make some noise.
Now White. White coming through.
Hey, sometimes it's your night. White's number keeps getting called, and he keeps coming through.
McCollum draws the double. And stolen by Hayes.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
And he commits the intentional foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And Minnesota calls time here. They're behind by 7. Guys, your thoughts?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Shot's no good. And so the Rockets take the win. And they're still in a tight spot, but you have to applaud the grit they showed to get this win. You can't...
You look at Miami. Well, this series, Greg, has not played out the way they'd hoped. They'll need to win tonight and twice more to advance.
And doing that will be difficult, but they can't worry about anything more than tonight. Win on your home court and keep this series alive.
Let's check out Pittsburgh's starting lineup. We've got Amen Johnson. Williamson out there with Ricochet. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Black in at the point guard position. And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. Ricochet, good on the triple.
Ricochet is a playmaker, taking it upon himself to answer from deep.
Outside Kirilenko. Pass to Zubac. Here's Floyd. Fires the three. And Jokic with the rebound. Williamson looking it over. Thompson passes to Jokic. Back to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Pittsburgh needs to get off a shot here. And that one's good, Jokic.
And they're just trusting his instincts. How about Jokic late in the shot clock?
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Pass to LeBron. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And here's Jokic. Zubac's defending. Fades back. And it's Jokic missing. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Floyd. Now here's LeBron. It's rebounded by Amen Thompson.
Usually he's a master in the midi, but not that time.
Now Reza Shea. Back to Williamson. Rebound by the Heat. They are still stinging from the loss on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
And Thompson kicks to Black. Williamson in the post. Reza Shea wide open. Now, here's Thompson. Back to Reza Shea. Lets it go from deep. It's held in by Zubac. He'd have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Dumars the pass to Ford. Back to Dumars. From down in the low post, it goes. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Reza Shea trying to get something going. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Outside Dumars. Outside Kirilenko. 5 to shoot. Pass to Floyd. Miami needs to get a shot off. And here's James outside. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
LeBron really added this into his game later in his career, becoming a threat from deep.
And Larry Brown wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. Number 1, Amen Thompson. .32 seconds left now here in the second. Ball against Thompson. Pass to Jamison. Bounce pass Black. Here's Jokic. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
And if Jokic has the position inside, forget it.
Here's Floyd. The kick out to Ball. In the Heat, another 3.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
And so it's the Miami Heat taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. 42.
Thanks for joining us for postseason basketball. Clearly, guys, the second half going to be a tough task.
Their perimeter D has been soft like bathroom tissue. No excuses. Can't give up that many open shots and get away with it.
Their D being treated like bathroom tissue. No mercy. taking a look at how the series is going for the Heat. As they look to get back into the series, this first half, a strong step in that direction.
You ever heard the phrase, no biscuits, no syrup? Similar to no retreat, no surrender. I like how they're remaining competitive.
Man, I'm getting hungry, but staying after it, continuing to play their game, that's all you can ask of.
No biscuits, no syrup?
Yeah, I've heard that a lot growing up.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
Welcome back to playoff basketball on 2K Sports. This is the Eastern Conference Final.
Game 5.
It's time for Game 5 of the Western Conference Final. And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. Derek White out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Hayes, and it's Oden in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Rockets, Pascal Siakam out there with Charles Bassey. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Payton in at the 1. Taking a look at Houston, and they haven't played up to their standards in this series yet. Their championship aspirations are about to expire.
You might be right, B.A. I mean, they didn't expect to be down.
Here's Hayes. Pass to White. Here's Oden. Outside, Rondo. White! Oh, the go-ahead bucket, no good. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Rockets. They've led by as many as 11 on the court for the Timberwolves. We've got Rajon Rondo, also Derek White out there, and it's Oden in at the 5. 6 on the shot clock. McCollum fires! The three is in!
Welcoming the chance to take important shots. McCollum knows his teammates and coaches. They trust his judgment. And they did right there.
Here's Bird. Lets it fly from 18. Yes, sir! Hits the jumper.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
McCollum looks around. He nails it with the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, with the clock heading to 0, CJ says, not on my watch.
Here's Bird. He got it!
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
McCollum! Can't hit it.
When your big man is willing to go after those 50-50 boards, that is big time.
Oh, putting in work inside.
Got to show more strength on the low block to keep him out of position.
Well, it's a couple of things here, I think. Certainly the effort, the willingness to fight, and the willingness to push him off of his comfort zone.
Floats one up, and up and in on the layup.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
White! Yes, sir, with the three.
Derek White, high-pressure situation, no problem.
The Rockets call timeout. Up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over the last break. He's trying to keep them grounded. He told them to focus on the task at hand. He said, quote, drown out the noise and let's play our game. This one has that playoff atmosphere. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. .43 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. There's a screen by Bassey. 4 on the clock. McCollum fires! It's good from beyond the arc.
Well, McCollum just so competitive. He never gives up on the play or his team.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
One second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Now White. 11 seconds left in the fourth. Just 5 to shoot. Let's loose for 3. The 3 is off. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
The Rockets call timeout. And so they foul intentionally.
Third personal foul. 5th team foul. At the line for Houston.
First free throw is good. And that makes it a 3-point lead.
2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, just a great job there. He put the game out of reach.
And Minnesota calls time here. Only 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Your thoughts, guys?
It's going to be tough. They've got to get a quick hoop and then immediately foul.
White. And so it's the Rockets who come out on top here. Many league observers were starting to count them out, but tonight's effort gives them a chance to turn the tide.
It will be a major league comeback. Can they really take 2 more games in this series? I have my doubts, but we'll see.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of
We are winding down these Eastern Conference Finals. We can see the end of the tunnel from here. Game 6. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim. So the opening lineup for the Heat. Ivica Zubac is out there with Andre Kirilenko. Then there's Ford. Then there's Dumars. And it's James in at the 3, the small forward. And for Pittsburgh, Williamson out there with Zachary.
take.
Pittsburgh trails by 7, and for Pittsburgh, Williamson out there with Jokic. Then it's Thompson, then there's Ori, and it's Black in the corner.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
And for the Heat, they've got Joe Dumars, Bender out there with Andre Karolinka. Then there's Ford, and it's James in at the 3. Thompson. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
And he hits from 17.
They're in total command of this game.
Here's Jokic. Thompson outside. Williamson. And get the 3.
And that was almost a block. Still getting enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and for some misses.
That's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
I can't wait to see what they draw up here and who they decide to go to.
And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. I think, Greg, they played with a little more, of a relaxed demeanor tonight, knowing that
Welcome to Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals on 2K Sports. The atmosphere of this building couldn't be any better with a trip to the NBA Finals at stake. Hello, everyone. White looking it over. Here's Bird. Fires it from 14. No good.
Operating from mid-range. That's a shot he likes. I mean, I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
And for Houston, they've got Charles Bassey. C.J. McCollum is out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Peyton in at the point.
When you're considering who can get us some points right here, right now, Siakam often is top of mind.
Oh, he can't hit it. Rockets trail by 3. McCollum on the left side. A minute 39 left in the fourth quarter of this one. To tie it up. Oh, it misses. And White has got the ball here for Minnesota. Here's Bird. Using the glass to lay it in.
If I need a bucket, I'm going to Hayes, the Big E. So strong, you know he'll get off a good shot.
McCollum against White. Now McCollum. 6 to shoot. There's a screen by Bassey. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Here's Siakam. McCollum outside. And there's a 3-second violation. And now we've got an intentional foul. Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. And he's able to hit the second one, and that increases the lead to 6. The Rockets call timeout. Beyond the arc. Nope.
Well, it's been a turbulent quarter, really rough for him. Nothing going his way. But he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And Hayes is simply a double-double machine. An impressive big man who dominates on both ends of the floor.
And Houston has possession. 30 seconds left to play in the fourth. Oh, no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
That's in.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
The Minnesota Timberwolves take the series and are moving on.
And I tell you what, they have earned the title of champions of the West. Well earned, well deserved, and all of the organization deserves an awful lot of credit. The front office, the coaching staff, the players, their families, a lot of sacrifice goes into becoming a champion.
Indeed, and now one final challenge for them to overcome. Maybe the biggest challenge they've faced yet.
Yeah, and you know at this stage of the playoffs, it can get exhausting. But the energy they had to close out this series was incredible. They'll be carrying some serious momentum into the finals.
So for tonight, they'll celebrate being the Western Conference champions. But tomorrow, all attention on the NBA Finals. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. So long, everyone.
Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat have endured 6 long games. 3 they have won. 3 they have lost. It is now The last stand. There is no looking back as they must lay it all on the line against Pittsburgh. Who will be the king of the East? The answer coming up next.
Hello, everyone. Which one of these teams from the East will move into the finals? All knotted up here at 3 apiece. We're about to find out. Here with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. Let's check out Pittsburgh's starting lineup. They've got Nikola Jokic. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Zion Williamson. Then it's Thompson, and it's Black in at the 1. And for the Heat, we've got Floyd. Andre Kirilenko is out there with James. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Dumars in at the 2. Look at the Heat. They've got the advantage here in Game 7, playing in front of their fans on their home court.
Yeah. No excuse.
.27 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Burks. Right side, Jamison. Back to Burks. Outside, Jamison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target on the 15-footer. And it's Pittsburgh holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And here we go. Heading back to
go, baby!
James is out there with Andre Kirilenko. Then it's Joe Dumars. Then there's Floyd. And it's Zubac in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. For 3. Can't get it. Pittsburgh leading by 15.
And just not much more you can say, guys. It's the end of the line for one team and a hard-fought, well-deserved trip to the NBA Finals for Pittsburgh.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And what a performance they put on with their season on the line. Such enormous pressure heading into this Game 7. They were clearly saving their best for last.
Yeah, these conference finals were a battle for them all the way. But when they needed to be at their best here tonight, they were. And we'll see if having to go the distance in this series takes anything out of them heading into the final round.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Amen Thompson.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Kuzma rips down the rebound. Williamson against James. Now Kuzma. Jokic And the rejection by Zubac. So they've done it. They're going to move on.
What a moment, guys. They're going to the finals. There is no better feeling. This team has earned it.
And I'll tell you guys, they're ready to take on the Western Conference champions.
And that's going to be a great series. But first, you should enjoy this night. Celebrate with teammates. You work your entire life just hoping to get to the finals. These guys get to live out their dream.
Congratulations to the Eastern Conference champions. We'll be seeing you at the finals. And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Greg and